Hello travelers, I'm Chris, welcome to Lorespire. In this video I'm going to show you how to build Seelah into a shield bashing master shield specialist. Okay, this is a very versatile build. Alright, it's extremely useful. It has high DPS and great survivability, so Seelah can easily off tank and deal damage to enemies, pick up adds. If your main tank goes down, she can take over main tanking duties. You know, it shouldn't be an issue. This build is tested and approved for core difficulty or lower. Okay, there will also be an animal companion included in this build, and that animal companion will be suggested to be used at the back of your party formations in order to protect your ranged DPS and casters, but will have the ability to move up into melee combat to assist your melee party members if the situation calls for it. Alright, so yeah, versatile build. I think you'll like it. Stick around. Okay, there is a spreadsheet at the end of the video showing you how to build this build for quick reference purposes, and there are timestamps so that you can skip ahead if you like. Alright, now let's get to the build. Okay, so Seelah of course starts out at level 1. You can't change any of her starting stats or, you know, anything else because of that. So we're just going to go through this level by level, and I'm going to explain everything as we go. So Seelah's first level, or technically second level I guess, we'll go into Paladin. And we want to put points into mobility, use magic device, and perception. This is to give her a perception check to help find things in the beginning. Use magic device is handy to have, especially in the beginning, for scrolls and wands and whatnot. And then mobility, of course, is so that we can get the extra bonus to dodge AC when she is fighting defensively. At level 3, we're going to put the level into Paladin, put 1 point into mobility and 2 into use magic device. And take power attack for Seelah's feat, the fatigued mercy. And yeah, that's good for level 3. Level 4, Paladin again. We want to put Seelah's point into strength. And here we're going to put another point into use magic device and put the other 2 into perception. Alright, now at level 5, we're going with Paladin again. And we want to keep use magic device up, throw 2 more into perception here with the skill points. And we want outflank for Seelah's feat. Oh, I need to actually click it for it to work, right? And we're going to take an animal companion for Seelah. I like the way that the black horse looks better. So yeah, we're going with that. And that animal companion is actually, it'll help out a lot. Its main duty is going to be to protect the back ranks of fighters, and whenever you get a level 5, it will be a big help in the assault on the Grey Garrison. Let's see here, we want a normal Slayer for level 6, no archetype, and we want to keep perception and use magic device maxed from here on out, and we're putting Seelah's extra points into knowledge world. Here we get studied target after 1 level into Slayer, which of course helps Seelah hit her targets whenever she uses it. Put 1 into perception, 1 into use magic device, 2 into knowledge world. Okay, and here we want to go ahead and take shield bash right there. Not sure why it has the thumbs down, but that's what we want. And then combat style feat. Take 2 weapon combat, 2 weapon fighting. You can take sword and board as well. Either way, we're just getting the 2 weapon fighting feats from it. Or I should say instead, not as well. Okay. So now we're going to put Seelah's 8th level also into Slayer. Put another point into strength for the ability point. And we're keeping perception and use magic device maxed out here. with our extra points still going into Knowledge World. Alright, and here we get our first sneak attack die. Little sneak attack damage is always nice. And yep, Seelah's 9th level, also going into Slayer, with points going into Use Magic Device, Perception, and Knowledge World again. And here we actually want to take Boon Companion. See, there's a bit of a lull in the difficulty of fighting in battles between levels 5 and 9. Really, it's between 5 and 8, kind of. But anyways, by taking this at level 9, you didn't spend too much of a stretch where your animal companion is under-leveled. And having it here will allow you to level up the animal companion to level 9 now, of course. And we want to take improved critical for our combat trick here. There it is. And with Seelah, we're going to be actually using a scimitar, because that gives us a high threat or critical threat range. And the more criticals we get, the more damage Seelah is going to do, the more shield bashes she's going to get later on. Okay, now at level 10, we're actually going back to Paladin. Put this level into Paladin with 1 point into Perception, use Magic Device and Knowledge World. And here, we're going to go ahead and take the Dazed Mercy. And our 11th level for Seelah, same thing. Knowledge World, Perception, use Magic Device, Paladin for the class, of course. And then we want Shield Master for Seelah's feet. Okay, and this is actually going to increase Seelah's damage with her shield whenever she attacks with it by quite a bit, and make her more likely to hit with it. Alright, now that we have that, and Seelah's level 12, we can go ahead and take our level of Vivisectionist. We want to wait until level 12 here, because the Vivisectionist does not get a base attack bonus at level 1, and so that will push back our ability to get Shield Master if we take it before level 12. So anyways, yeah, take Vivisectionist here. And we actually want to put a point into Charisma at this point at level 12. That's going to help Seelah's Mark of Justice and Smite Evil abilities. Increase those. It also, of course, helps to raise her saving throws and helps to give her more uses of channel energy. But the main reason is for the Smite Evil and the Mark of Justice. Now for ability point allocation, or skill point allocation, we're going with Knowledge World, Perception, use Magic Device again. Oh, and put the extra point to Athletics. And that's mostly just because there aren't any other skills that we can get higher than Athletics. You likely won't be doing any athletic skill checks. We're not going to use spells with Seelah. Her intelligence is too low anyways. So just pick whatever spells there. And having the level of Vivisectionist actually gives us the Brew Potions ability, so that our party has somebody who can brew potions, and will of course allow Seelah to increase her strength by +4 using a mutagen, which is the main reason for doing that, and gives us another sneak attack die. Okay, now here at level 13, we're actually going with Paladin again. And Knowledge World, Perception, and use Magic Device for the skills. And Bashing Finish for the feet. Level 14, Paladin. We're going to be sticking with Paladin for a while here. Same skills, Knowledge World, Perception, and use Magic Device. And we're going to take the Confused Mercy. And then at level 15, again, Paladin. And we're pretty much just going Paladin until we get to Mark of Justice here, because Mark of Justice is very overpowered. You know, extremely helpful. So we definitely want to get that.
And here we're going to take Weapon Focus Scimitar to help Hela land her attacks. Seelah land her attacks. Come on. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Moving on. Alright, this is the last level of Paladin for Seelah, and we actually want to put this ability point into Wisdom. You could put it into Strength, but you're going to spend so little time at level 20 if you get there at all that I would just rather have the bonuses from putting it into Wisdom for, you know, the last couple of acts of the game rather than that one extra point in Strength for the last hour of the game, or however long it might be. Okay, so there we go. We got Mark of Justice now, which is our main goal with going Paladin. We're switching back to Slayer for the remainder of the levels. And here we want use Magic Device, Perception, and Knowledge World, and then all extra points are going to go into Athletics from this point on. Alright, take Accomplished Sneak Attacker at level 17 for Seeless Feet. And then we go to level 18. Slayer again. And those same skills. For Slayer talents, we actually want to get the improved 2-weapon fighting. For combat style feat, 2-weapon combat, improved 2-weapon fighting. Level 19. Yep, still sticking with the Slayer. And our same skills. And here for this feat, we want to go ahead and take Hammer the Gap. And our last ability point is going to go into a Dexterity at level 20. And then we'll go ahead and max out Perception, use Magic Device, Knowledge World here. Oh. This level is supposed to be into Slayer, not Paladin. Let's make sure we get that right. Okay. And our last combat trick here, we actually want to go with Weapon Focus. Oop. Didn't spell that right. Weapon Focus, and then Heavy Shield Bash. There we go. That way we have a better chance to land our bash attacks with our shield. Good chance you won't even hit level 20 anyways, but if you do, that's what I would choose at level 20. Now let's get on to Seelah's Mythic ranks. Okay, so here at Mythic rank 1, we want to take Unrelenting Assault. This will help to increase Seelah's damage every turn that she attacks. Alright, here we want 2-weapon fighting for Seelah's first Mythic feat. That way we can get those penalties to our attack rolls taken away. And then here we want Mythical Beast. And we take that will improve our pet, and since Seelah's animal companion is actually only getting to level 15 with this build, that helps out a bunch and is, you know, pretty much a must to have. Here we want improved critical scimitar. Alright, that's going to, of course, help Seelah get much higher critical hits. Alright, here we want Thundering Blows, so that Seelah can deal damage each turn, even if she misses.
And the next one after that, we'll be going for the same thing in the form of a feat with Destructive Shockwave. Now, I know that Destructive Shockwave will actually mostly be negated by enemies' damage resistances. But right here, we're going to go ahead and take Abundant Smite. This will give Seelah, like, I think 8 uses of Abundant Smite at level 17. And I believe 9 uses of it at level 20. If you make it that far, or Mythic rank 10. Power attack Mythic. Wow, I messed that up. There we go. Power attack Mythic. Okay, and anyways, the reason that the Abundant Smite is important is because whenever an enemy use Smite on an enemy or Mark of Justice, it negates all of their damage resistance. So for tougher enemies, even if Seelah is missing every single turn, she's still going to be dealing damage with them, and she has a lot of attacks. So even if she's constantly missing against bosses or Balors or whatever is tough, she'll still be doing damage to it. Yeah, so it's definitely worth it. Then right here we want Last Stand. Alright, this is gonna of course help Seelah stay alive in the unfortunate event that an enemy lands a critical or does some type of massive damage to her. And then the last thing that we want is Weapon Focus Mythic, Scimitar. Okay, by the time you get that, you're pretty much at the end of the game anyways, and you just want to make sure that you can hit that last boss, or have the best chance to hit it that you can get. So anyways, there we go. That's all of Seelah's levels and Mythic ranks. Now we're going to go look at Seelah's Animal Companion, and I'm not going to go through that level by level, so it will not take nearly as long. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're getting any value out of this. That's a huge help if you could do that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's look at Seelah's Animal Companion real quick. Okay, you can see here that we need to put 3 points into the mobility skill. I suggest making that the first 3 points so that you can get the bonus whenever the animal has to fight defensively. Okay, we want 12 points in perception, so basically once you stop putting points into mobility, just start putting all those points into perception. And then we want 15 points into athletics, which would be 1 at every level. Because of the way that we level Seelah, this Animal Companion is only going to get to level 15, but that's still more than good enough to serve our purposes. And it will not be very far behind until the very end of the game anyways, and even at that point it will still do what we need it to do. Okay, now I keep this as the base Animal Companion. I don't add any archetype to it, you know, no aggressor, no bulwark, no bully, nothing like that, just the base companion so that we can keep evasion. That's the main reason why, because with evasion, I feel that prevents more damage, especially with the horse being behind in levels, than anything else we would gain if we took bulwark or something like that. And the main point for this Animal Companion is actually to guard our casters and our back ranks from ambushes, so that whenever we get adds or the enemies sneak up behind us, or you get a random encounter where you start off surrounded, this horse will be in place in the formation to be able to guard against those enemies that are going to be targeting your back ranks. So the horse can get in the way and tank an enemy while you, instead of your ranged DPS having to do it, and then a caster can crowd control the enemies, or, you know, use a kill spell on them, or you can burst them down or whatever. But that's the main function of this Animal Companion. Now, if you're at a point in the game where you're confident you will not have to worry about, you know, ambushes or anything like that, then you can totally move the horse up to help out, you know, in melee combat. It's not going to do a lot of damage because we're not building the companion for that, but it can help out, you know, provide flanking maneuvers and whatnot like that to help out your melee combatants. Okay, so anyways, at level 1 with this animal companion, we want to take toughness, level 3 dodge, level 4, or excuse me, 5 light barding proficiency, level 7 outflank, and we will have that with all the melee party members in this party. And yeah, that will just help give bonuses to your other party members whenever the horse is helping out in melee. Okay, then we want armor proficiency medium barding. Then we want Iron Will and improved Iron Will, and we want armor proficiency heavy barding. All right, and that's pretty much it for this animal companion. Now, let's go ahead and get into some melee combat. Before we do that, I actually want to go ahead and just show I do have a full party of buffs. I did that before I removed the other party members. So we do have full buffs as though we were in a full party. And you can see here at level 17, Seelah's got 26 for will save, 27 reflex, 33 fortitude save, 54 armor class, 49 flat-footed AC, 20 touch AC, and her attack is 29, and with her shield it's 33. Okay, and for the horse, you can see here 56 armor, 53 flat-footed, 19 touch, 25 fortitude, 27 reflex, and 20 will save. Okay, so even though it's only level 15 and it doesn't have a lot of hit points, it does have good defensive stats, and it will be able to survive. Just don't have it leading into melee combat so that it's targeted first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this back here like this. I did go ahead and keep the tank in the party, but we're going to put Seelah up here by the tank. We're not really going to be trying to protect her so much. She doesn't need it so much, since she is entirely capable of off-tanking things. Alright, so let's get up here and get into some combat and see what our animal companion along with Seelah and one tank can do. Okay, so that went down pretty quick. We are having a little bit of trouble here with our horse. We probably should have controlled that better. So I'm going to go ahead and smite evil so that we can drop this thing right here really quick. And you can see whenever you use smite evil, it takes almost no time at all to drop something. Okay. Now we're all back up. So I'm just going to use this real quick just to save time. Thought I had a better heal here, I guess not. Okay, so while that heals us, we're going to go ahead and use mutagen strength because that was not activated. And let's move on to our next fight. All right, here we go. Let's take out these two Vivakia. And these are stronger enemies, so I'm going to start out with a Smite Evil here. And let's see how fast this drops after that. Yeah, not too bad. Lay on hand self. And we're going to go ahead and Smite Evil again here. And you'll see here, of course, that the Animal Companion is fine. Those are two of the more powerful enemies that you'll fight around this kind of area towards the late game. And we really had no issue there. Drop them quickly, even with just a two-person party. Alright, and we will notice at this point that buffs like haste and displacement and whatnot have worn off. So, you know, we're not benefiting from the full complement of buffs that we could be benefiting from. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and have her use Studied Target here. That way we get a little bonus to our hitting. And you'll see that once she starts welling on them, if she has Smite Evil up, it's, you know, it doesn't take long at all. If she doesn't have Smite Evil up and she does have Studied Target up, it takes a little bit longer, but she's still landing hits, you know, really solidly with that up. Alright, so let's go ahead, head on over here, and let's do this boss fight real quick, and then I think that will be enough for combat. I think, you know, that it's shown that you can do pretty well. And we don't need any help. Let's avoid the presence. Alright, and let's get up there. Study our target. And get into combat. And go ahead, do your Well of the Banshee, and that's fine. I'm not worried about it. Alright, now we're going to use Smite Evil here. And yeah, watch its life just whittle down to nothing. You notice there, even though the tank was dropped there, that there was still no issue. The dragon still never even got a hit off on Seelah or her animal companion. Alright, so that's about it. I think that shows enough of the combat so you can kind of see her in action. Basically, you just want to use the animal companion, make sure that it gets into combat last so that it's not targeted. Keep it towards your back ranks whenever you have a full party to help protect your casters and your ranged DPS. And then move it up into melee once melee has engaged if you're confident that your back ranks are safe. Alright, and Seelah, you just want to make sure that you study target with her to give her a better chance to hit, and if it's a stronger enemy or the situation's getting a little bit dire, then you can squeeze off a few Smite Evils and the enemies will drop super quick. And if your tank goes down or has an issue, she can always turn on defensive fighting and take over tanking duties. Alright, so yeah, this is a very versatile build with, you know, great survivability, really good damage. It's very useful. I hope that you enjoy playing it. Thank you for sticking around through the whole video. Okay, please hit like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton, helps the channel out a ton. I really appreciate it. We are doing a giveaway for the channel. Check the description of the video for details on that giveaway and also for a link to our Discord. And this is the last video in our full party build video series. So the next build video that I will be releasing will be of a full entire party, showing them at various stages throughout the different acts of the game and how they function during each one of those acts. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. This has been Chris with Lorespire. Be well, my friends.